Pop cheese, I keep blessings with the formula. Bottle Bev, poppy blessings with the country club. Passing by the blocks where they wasn't selling pop. Loudspeakers. What's going on, my peoples? Kevin King Supreme in the building. Back with another video from okaybeatz. And on this video, we're showing you how to mix some vocals. We're not talking about trap vocals. We're not talking about pop vocals. We're just talking about some vocals that fit with this particular project. And then we're going to mix real quick, get right into it. Y'all already know. And we have our tempo here at 104. We have a beat in the session. We have some vocals, which account for an intro. And we have some vocals, which account for some background vocals. And we have some lead vocals as well, which is a verse. So let's go ahead into the mixer window. Go ahead and do away with this track right here because we don't need to look at it. This is my voice coming in from my mic. And we're not recording anymore. So, that's not necessary to look at. We have a lead vocal and a background vocal track here, which is all we need because that's all we have in the project. It's just background vocals and lead vocal right here. So we're going to listen to that real quick, and then I'm going to tell y'all what we're going to do next. Thank God that we happy and still rapping. Thank God that we happy and God that we happy and still rapping. Poppy blessings with the country club. Passing by the blocks where they wasn't selling pop. Loudspeakers in the trunk, blasting Biggie Pop. Okay, so as y'all can hear, everything sounds dry. There's no effects or any like editing tricks on anything. Everything just sounds clean and dry. That's how we want it. So right now we have the lead vocals routed to the lead vocal track, and we have all the background vocals routed to the background vocals track. So what we want to do off the back, that I'm going to want to put some delay effects because I want to hear some echoes on the background vocals in the intro and throughout the track. And at the very end, when the beat went out, I want to keep those vocals. So I want to put like an echo effect on it so it could sound really cool towards the end of the track. So we're going to mess with the background vocals first, just because that's the first thing that we hear in the track. We're going into the background vocals track right here in the mixer. And the first thing I'm going to do is put on EQ. So I'm going to go to the Fruity Loops Parametric EQ2, which is, it's an excellent EQ. Sometimes it's not super powerful. Like you might need 2 instances of it doing the same thing so it could do exactly what you want. But usually, it does the trick. Otherwise, I would go with the Pro Q3 or the Pro Q2. Those are very excellent tools as well. So here we go. Thank God that we happy and still rap. Shave off the lows right off the back. Anything below about almost 300, shave that off because we want these background vocals to sound like a radio or a telephone kind of. So the same thing with the highs. We're going to go ahead and drop the highs over here, anything above like 8K more or less. Let's see what that sounds like. Thank God that we happy and still rapping. Thank God that we happy and still rapping. Thank God that we happy and still rapping. So I turned up a little bit the resonance over here in about 4K. And I think that's it for that EQ. So now we're going to go ahead and put some compression on it. I usually go with the CLA 2A from Waves. And since this is background vocals, we're going with the stereo. So throw some compression on that to about 60. And then also put some gain on that to about 50. Turn this 60 hertz on, analog for vocals. Here we go, let's hear that. Thank God that we happy and still rapping. Thank God. Turning that down here on the fader a little bit. Thank God that we happy and still rapping. Alright, so the next thing that I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead to the next track next to it, and I'm gonna right click on it, and I'm gonna say rename, and I'm gonna call this one reverb, and I'm gonna color it green, and then on the next one I'm gonna go ahead and name it delay and color it green as well, so I know it's an effect track. On the reverb, I'm gonna go ahead and throw some Valhalla vintage verb on it, because I just love the way that reverb sounds. Cut the lows on it. Anything below about 270 could go. Leave everything else as is. It usually sounds great. The next thing we'll do is open up these stereo fields on the reverb and the delay. On the delay, now I'm gonna go ahead and go to the H delay from Waves. It's a very standard go-to delay. Make sure it's stereo for this purpose. I'm gonna go ahead and go to the filters section here, and I'm gonna filter out anything below about 200 hertz, and then filter anything above 9 kilohertz. So put the feedback up to about 80, ping pong it, and then also put this at 1/4 right there. We'll turn this analog all the way down, and that's it for that for now. Then I'll take this background vocals now and then route it to the delay right down through here. Turn that back so it's not so loud, you know, and overpowering. Let's hear what that sounds like. Thank God that we happy and still rapping. Thank God that we happy and still rapping. Thank God that we happy and still rapping. Thank God that we happy and still. Alright, so I like that. I like the way those background vocals sound in the beginning. So I'm gonna take that off and just listen to what the reverb sounds like. Turn this back some. Thank God that we happy and still rapping. Thank God that. I like that level right there. Sounds really dreamy. So now I'm gonna go ahead and turn back the delay as well. Oh, turn that back on. And now we gotta have both, and we can listen to those at the same time. Let's hear it. Thank God that we happy and still rapping. Thank God that we happy and still rapping. Thank God that we happy and still rapping. I like the dreamy vibe that I get from this setup, and this is exactly what I was going for. I was going for a real dreamy vibe in this section of the song, and towards the end as well. So we're gonna hear what that sounds like. But as soon as the verse comes in, you know, just for the sake of time, we're gonna start mixing that bad boy as well. We're pretty much done with the background vocals. Honestly, I don't want to do too much. We can do a lot more. Trust me, there's so much more to do. But I'm just keeping it super simple for you guys, so that you can understand that simplicity sometimes is key. All right, guys. So let's go into the lead vocals real quick and see what it sounds like all in context. Here we go. Happy and still rapping. Thank God that we. Yeah, remember them days we used to get bored. Wanna go outside, we used to hit the store. Alright, so I know off the back I wanna put EQ. And I can hear that those effects are coming in a little bit loud. Look, that's something that we're gonna tame as we go. But the whole point is that you don't need to spend so much time thinking about stuff. Anyways, for the lead vocal here, we're gonna shave off anything around below 100 hertz and below that, and we're also going to raise just ever so slightly anything above 12K just for this, you know, track. And there's a frequency over here in the mids that we want to tame as well. We're gonna go ahead and give it a listen and kind of sweep the area, just to see which sweep sounds better. So here we go. Happy and still rapping. Thank God Yeah, remember them days we used to get bored. Wanna go outside, we used to hit the store. Chop cheese, I keep blessings with the formula. Bottle bath, poppy blessings with the country club. Passing by the blocks where they wasn't selling pop. Loudspeakers in the trunk, blasting Biggie Pop. At the entrance on the stoop, seen some Philly raps. Glad I'm back home, actually it was too hot. NYC where it never was a summer whack. Never call it quits even when they turn their backs. What's the opportunity? Alright, so down here in the lows, towards the low mids, there's some frequencies that's really standing out, so I really had to tame them, turn them down a little bit. I might go ahead and bring this in a little bit more too, because anything below that seems to be clashing with the beat a little bit. So I just want that everything to stand out, so I don't want none of those frequencies that are unnecessary to be in the way. So I'll go ahead and shave them out. There's another frequency that I want to tame somewhere in this area too, so let me just listen for it and sweep again and then see what we want to take out. Here we go. Yeah, remember them days we used to get bored. Wanna go outside, we used to hit the store. Chop cheese, I keep blessings with the formula. Bottle bath, poppy blessings with the country club. Passing by the blocks where they wasn't selling pop. Loudspeakers in the trunk, blasting Biggie Pop. So a good trick or rule of thumb is when you're doing this sweeping mechanism, you gotta go ahead and boost those frequencies so you can hear where the worst frequencies are. When you boost the frequencies that are the worst, they're going to stand out. So where exactly the point where they stand out is where you need to lower that frequency. That's why we got that clarity, you know what I'm saying, off the rip. So here we go. Yeah, remember them days we used to get bored. Wanna go outside, we used to hit the store. Alright, so let's go ahead and throw some compression on there now. I usually go with the CLA 2A mono, since this is lead vocals. Throw that compression on there to about 55. Put the gain up to about 45. 60 hertz on the analog. And then we might pull back on this mix knob if it's too strong, but we're gonna see what it sounds like. One thing that I do know is too strong is this delay effect. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn that down, that fader on the mixer for the delay. I'm gonna turn it down a little bit. So let's hear what that sounds like now. About 65%. Let's hear this. Yeah, remember them days we used to get bored. Wanna go outside, we used to hit the store. Chop cheese, I keep blessings with the formula. Bottle bath, poppy blessings with the country club. Passing by the blocks where they wasn't selling pop. Loudspeakers in the trunk, blasting Biggie Pop. At the entrance on the stoop, seen some Philly raps. Glad I'm back home, actually it was too hot. NYC where it never was a summer whack. Never call it quits even when they turn their backs. What's the opportunity? Alright, so I hear that, it sounds good, but there's this high frequency hiss on it that's kind of bothering me. So what I'm gonna go ahead and do to resolve that is I'm gonna go ahead and put this plugin on there called NS1 by Waves. And what NS1 helps do is tame those frequencies that bring in that extra noise that is unwanted. So NS1, and this is a lead vocal track, so I'm gonna go with the mono. I want to put this to about level 30. I don't need it to be super strong because it does a good job at a low level. So here it goes. Listen to how clean it sounds. Yeah, remember them days we used to get bored. Wanna go outside, we used to hit the store. Chop cheese, I keep blessings with the formula. Bottle bath, poppy blessings with the country club. Passing by the blocks where they wasn't selling. Alright, so now I want to put a de-esser on there, so I'm gonna go with the Fab Filter DS mono as well. And I want to go to a preset here called, in the mastering section, called vocal de-essing in music. And then for this oversampling, put that on 4x, just because my system can handle it. So let's see what that sounds like. Yeah, remember them days we used to get bored. Wanna go outside, we used to hit the store. Chop cheese, I keep blessings with the formula. Bottle bath, poppy blessings with the country club. Passing by the blocks where they wasn't selling pop. Loudspeakers in the trunk, blasting Biggie Pop. At the entrance on the stoop, seen some Philly raps. Glad I'm back home, actually it was too hot. NYC where it never was a summer whack. Never call it quits. So I turned back that threshold on the de-esser, so that everything could, you know, really tame those S's. which it sounds like it's doing, and I'm satisfied with that. So the next thing we're gonna do is put a little bit of saturation. So I'm gonna go ahead to this next track, rename it Sat for saturation. All right, so the saturation plugin that I want is going to be the Devil Lock Deluxe by Sound Toys. I have to route that main vocal to the saturation track right here, and then pull back on it to about halfway, and then let's see what that sounds like. Happy and still rapping. Thank God that we. Yeah, remember them days we used to get bored. Wanna go outside, we used to hit the store. Chop cheese, Aki bless us with the formula. Bottle Bev, Poppy bless us with the country club. Passing by the blocks where they wasn't selling pop. Loudspeakers in the trunk, blasting Biggie Pop. Make that mono. Yeah, remember them days we used to get bored. Wanna go outside, we used to hit the store. Chop cheese, Aki bless us with the formula. Bottle Bev, Poppy bless us with the country club. Passing by the blocks where they wasn't selling pop. Loudspeakers in the trunk, blasting Biggie Pop. At the entrance on the stoop, seen some Philly raps. Glad I'm back home, actually it was too hot. And what's so on the saturation track, I will also put an EQ on there. Right click on the presets and go to 40 hertz to 18K. Bring in the 18K to about the mids, because we don't need all them highs in the saturation, and we also don't need the lows. So I'll bring that to about 500 hertz. Thank God that we. Yeah, remember them days we used to get bored. Wanna go outside, we used to hit the store. Chop cheese, Aki bless us with the form. Find that sweet spot, then we put compression on that as well. CLA 2A mono. Alright, so let's listen to this saturation being compressed. Thank God that we. Yeah, remember them days we used to get bored. Wanna go outside, we used to hit the store. Chop cheese, Aki bless us with the formula. Bottle Bev, Poppy bless us with the country club. Passing by the blocks where they wasn't selling pop. Loudspeakers in the trunk, blasting Biggie Pop. That sounds pretty good. I'm gonna go ahead and turn this saturation down a little bit, just so it's not so overpowering. It sits evenly with the beat, and I'm satisfied with that. So yeah, there's not much that we need to do. Once again, I recorded through a really rich source, which is the U47 FET. I'm sorry, U47 FET from Neumann into a Neve 1073 into a Warm Audio 1176 compressor. Oh, and it's also going through a MAAG EQ. So, anything that we get is gonna be of quality if you know what you're doing, and I happen to know what I'm doing. So, I got really good quality vocals. I'm doing minimal to those vocals on the computer on the DAW. There's very little processing that needs to take place because everything sounds so good as is. But on the master bus, I usually go ahead and throw this limiter on there. If I'm gonna send this to a mastering engineer, I don't leave the limiter on there. I'll take the limiter off. But before I send that to the mastering, or before I master it myself, I'll go ahead and throw this limiter on it. So let's listen to that. That we. Yeah, remember them days we used to get bored. Wanna go outside, we used to hit the store. Chop cheese, Aki bless us with the formula. Bottle Bev, Poppy bless us with the country club. Passing by the blocks where they wasn't selling pop. Loudspeakers in the trunk, blasting Biggie Pop. At the entrance on the stoop, seen some Philly raps. Put this T-Rax classic clipper on there. And since it's a song that is not like hardcore, as you can tell, it's rap, but it's not like a hardcore trap song or nothing like that. We went ahead and backed off on the edginess here in the slope. You see the little curve here, it's curved out, and then this one is like an edge. So we backed off on the edginess, and we turned up the gain here a little bit, leaving the output as is. And I'm gonna go ahead and put a parametric EQ2 on there, just to shave off the extreme edges of this spectrum. Right click on those presets. Anything above 20K and anything below 28 hertz is going. Then I like to put on another parametric EQ2 on that master bus and kind of tame these 500 hertz frequencies more or less. and we'll see what that sounds like. You know, we don't do it too much, it's just a little bit, but we'll see how it sounds like, and you know, we'll adjust it. So let's listen. Thank God that we, yeah, remember them days we used to get bored. Wanna go outside, we used to hit the store. Chopped cheese, I keep blessings with the formula. Bottle bev, poppy blessings with the country club. Passing by the blocks where they wasn't selling pop. Loudspeakers in the trunk, blasting Biggie Pop. At the entrance on the stoop, seen some Philly raps. Glad I'm back home, actually it was too hot. NYC where it never was a summer whack. Never call it quits even when they turn their backs. What's the opportunity cost when opportunity's lost? Patience, boss, I told myself stay the course. So I went ahead and shaved down here about 2K2, 1900 hertz. Yeah, it sounds good. And now that we took away some frequencies, we're gonna go ahead and give back some frequencies in a more rich way. We're gonna go to the Puig Tech EQ by Waves. And we're gonna go with the stereo one for this. And we're gonna boost the lows at 60 hertz, about 3. And we're gonna boost the highs at about 8K to about 3 as well. And then we're gonna raise the gain here to about 3 as well. And we're gonna put this mains to 60 hertz, which is the analog control. And then we're gonna listen just to see if we need to back off a little bit on any of those presets. So here we go. Thank God that we, yeah, remember them days we used to get bored. Wanna go outside, we used to hit the store. Chopped cheese, I keep blessings with the formula. Bottle bev, poppy blessings with the country club. Passing by the blocks where they. So this attenuation knob right there helps us kind of tame the harmonics we just added to those highs, because this is for the highs and this is for the lows. So yeah, so I like the way this sounds. I'm gonna back off a little bit on the wet and dry knob in the mixer window here, just like to about like 75% right there. Yeah, so that way it's not overpowering. Thank God that we happy and still rapping. 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 Thank God that we, yeah, remember them days we used to get bored. Wanna go outside, we used to hit the store. Chopped cheese, I keep blessings with the formula. Bottle bev, poppy blessings with the country club. Passing by the blocks where they wasn't selling pop. Loudspeakers in the trunk, blasting Biggie Pop. At the entrance on the stoop, seen some Philly raps. Glad I'm back home, actually it was too hot. NYC where it never was a summer whack. Never call it quits even when they turn their backs. What's the opportunity cost when opportunity's lost? Patience, boss, I told myself stay the course. That we, yeah, remember them days we used to get bored. Wanna go outside, we used to hit the store. Chopped cheese, I keep blessings with the formula. Bottle bev, poppy blessings with the country club. Passing by the blocks. So I'm gonna go ahead and put some auto tune on this vocal real quick, and I'm going to check before I put the key on this. I want to go into this beat, and I'm going to put a plugin on it called Key Detector in Stereo from Waves. And then when I press play, it's going to tell me what the key of the song is. Thank God that we, yeah, remember them days we used to get bored. Wanna go outside backs. What's the opportunity cost when opportunity's lost? Patience, boss, I told myself stay the course. Alright, so the key says D minor. It's good to listen to the entire track with this plugin on it, because sometimes it changes. Maybe your key might be different in the beginning than it ends up being towards the end. So this is going to tell you what the whole song is in general. So it's a D minor scale. So I don't need that taking up processing anyway. So D minor, I could delete that. Now I know when I go on my lead vocals auto tune, I go to D minor, low male, retune speed about 5. And let's listen to that. Yeah, remember them days we used to get bored. Wanna go outside, we used to hit the store. Chopped cheese, I keep blessed with the formula. Bottle Bev, Poppy blessed with the country club. Passing by the blocks where they wasn't selling pop. Loudspeakers in the trunk, blasting Biggie Pop. At the entrance on the stoop, seen some Philly raps. Glad I'm back home, actually it was too hot. NYC where it never was a summer whack. Never call it quits even when they turn their backs. What's the opportunity cost when opportunity's lost? Patience, boss, I told myself stay the course. Yeah. Alright. So I'm gonna put that auto tune right before the de-esser and leave everything else as is. Then the last thing I'm gonna do here is put one more compressor on it that I really wanna hear how it sounds on there. And that's the R compressor by Waves as well, mono. So let's hear that real quick. Yeah, remember them days we used to get bored. Wanna go outside, we used to hit the store. Chopped cheese, I keep blessed with the formula. Bottle Bev, Poppy blessed with the country club. Passing by the blocks where they wasn't selling pop. Loudspeakers in the trunk, blasting Biggie Pop. At the entrance on the stoop, seen some Philly raps. Glad I'm back home, actually it was too hot. NYC where it never was a summer whack. Never call it quits even when they turn their backs. What's the opportunity cost when opportunity's lost? Patience, boss, I told myself stay the course. Yeah. Q, what up? Thank God that we. Yeah, remember them days we used to get bored. Wanna go outside, we used to hit the store. Chopped cheese, I keep blessed with the formula. Bottle Bev, Poppy blessed with the country club. Passing by the blocks where they wasn't selling pop. Loudspeakers in the trunk, blasting Biggie Pop. At the entrance on the stoop, seen some Philly raps. Glad I'm back home, actually it was too hot. NYC where it never was a summer whack. Never call it quits even when they turn their backs. What's the opportunity cost when opportunity's lost? Patience, boss, I told myself stay the course. Alright, so I feel like the track is a little tiny bit shiny or too bright. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this special type of EQ on here from UAD called Tilt. And the Tilt EQ, what it allows you to do is manipulate the entire frequency spectrum of the song. So if you lower the lows, the highs are going to go higher. If you lower the highs, the lows are going to go higher. So it creates a balance. So I want the highs to come down a little bit. So naturally, the lows are going to come up a little bit. So I'm going to turn this dial a little bit back right here. And that's going to help that happen. About 1.5. Let's hear that. Yeah, remember them days we used to get bored. Wanna go outside, we used to hit the store. Chopped cheese, I keep blessed with the formula. Bottle Bev, Poppy blessed with the country club. Passing by the blocks where they wasn't selling pop. Loudspeakers in the trunk, blasting Biggie Pop. At the entrance on the stoop, seen some Philly raps. Glad I'm back home, actually it was too hot. NYC where it never was a summer whack. Never call it quits even when they turn their backs. What's the opportunity cost when opportunity's lost? Patience, boss, I told myself stay the course. Yeah. Q, what up? Alright. So we pretty much set, guys. I like the way this sounds. And, you know, let's close out the session. I really appreciate you guys for listening and watching. Go to www.okaybeatz.com, okaybeatz.com. Get your beats, get your custom made beats, get your sound kits, watch our tutorials on how to make beats, book your studio time with OK Beatz. Ride it out. Peace.